Are we live?
I think so.
How about now?
How you doing, guys?
Tea bags, how are you?
I've been better, but I'm excited to talk about the world of movies. Did you guys see Tron Ares didn't make nearly as much money as y'all thought it would?
God, not as
Hey, nearly is an exaggeration. It definitely made nearly that much.
No, we had that. You
it's
had that
like
number
10
set at
million
like
off.
40, 44. Yeah, that was 10. That was 25% lower than you thought it was going to be, and yours truly wins again with the over/under line. I think I've won
Yeah,
three in a row. If we had
brutal. You
someone
have.
keeping score, my record would be amazing.
You have.
Mazel tov to you. I saw Kellerman sent us a video earlier at a premiere screening in San Francisco where Jared Leto walks into a theater and the theater is, I don't even think half full. It's like a third full.
It was not
And
a
he's
good
like, "You
look.
guys ready for Tron Ares?" And they're like, "Yeah."
In
Now, more
his
people.
in his defense, he still got the crowd going and wasn't like, "What the fuck?"
I will say I appreciate that about him. Well, he got paid the same, so like
I
it's not
guess
like it
so.
really matters for him.
But I didn't see any like disheartening come over his face when he came out and saw that the audience was like half empty.
That's because Jared
Uh,
Leto doesn't see people. He just sees blobs and colors.
yeah, he also can't read anything off of his face because he doesn't emote. He's not an actor. Kellerman, how did you feel about Tron Ares?
Yeah, did either of you see it?
No.
No, I will never see that movie.
I have a hot take, and it's so
You
silly.
loved it. You
It's so
loved it.
silly that this is a hot take, but I did. I liked it.
Oh, you
I
fuck.
liked it. And you know what, Tony? You think Jared Leto is a wooden actor who can't emote? Perfect for this character, who is a computer program. In this particular role,
Ooh.
that actually served him, if that's how you feel about it. In fact, not only was his performance stiff, but his costume had Batman syndrome. He couldn't to look next to him. He kind of had to turn his whole body. But look, here's the thing. This movie has gotten a lot of hate. I think I've exclusively seen negative reviews and TikToks of people making fun of this movie. And yeah, it has huge glaring plot holes. It has you know,
Go on.
but here's the thing, guys. I didn't like I'm not a huge Tron fan. Here's the thing. I'm not a big Tron fan. And it had all the things that I do like about Tron in it, and none of the things that I haven't liked about Tron in the past. I think that the premise, even though it includes a lot of totally ridiculous technology, the premise was interesting. I thought the visually it was incredible. It's been a long time since I've seen a movie that benefited from being in 3D. This movie was made to be seen in 3D with loud sound. Tony is looking really upset right now, probably because he hates 3D. But you know what? I don't hate 3D, and not every movie comes out in 3D anymore, and not every movie deserves to be in 3D, but this one did. This one, it was pure eye candy, and it was visually super cool, and something that they've kept out. I'm going to spoil just a really tiny little thing, something that they've kept out of the trailers that I think should be heavily promoted because it was the best part of the movie, was that
You
we
see Dick.
we've se- we have seen this like really super cool, super sleek, futuristic Tron for the last two movies. But at one point, Jared Leto's character actually goes into the old 80s Tron computer and they recreate the like glowing white and all that stuff. And I was like super impressed by that. I thought it was fucking awesome. So, yeah, to everybody who hated the movie, I get it. I certainly understand why you wouldn't like the movie, but maybe my expectations were just low to begin with because I was very pleasantly surprised.
Well, I'm thrilled for you. I've literally heard nothing but horrendous reviews to the point where they're like, I think they did this. They knew it was going to be bad, where they went full camp with it. Like people think it's like campy and
It has
horrendous
those
how bad
moments.
it
It
is.
definitely has those moments. And I know exactly the moments that people are referring to.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was definitely enough in there for me to enjoy,
Well, good for
personally.
you, Kellerman. Use that AMC Stubs membership. Tony, you see
Yeah.
anything this weekend?
Definitely didn't see Tron Ares, but I am happy that you can enjoy it. All you have to do is turn your any part of your critical mind off and
Yeah.
just watch the eye candy and lay back and have the popcorn fall over you. I'm happy that that's the big budget
Sorry,
level
I
that we're
don't
setting for
personally
these
think that
movies.
Tron is a particularly intellectual property,
Well,
No.
I'm just saying,
So,
when you have movies with a huge budget behind it and huge stars and all this CGI attached to it, you're allowed to make things like The Matrix, or you're allowed to just throw the absolute bare minimum at a project and call it Tron Ares and hope it fills seats. But I'm happy you enjoy that type of slop, Kellerman. It's going to be great. A lot more of that coming to
but
you in the
you don't
future.
know if it's slop. You just assume because people have told you that.
I've seen a lot of the movie. For a person who hasn't seen the movie, I've seen a lot of the movie, and it's everything I've seen has been really, really bad. But that was expected. It is Tron Ares, starring Jared Leto, and I'm
They're
happy that
calling
the
him
music's
the
good.
franchise killer now.
Oh, dude, they are coming after the internet has like ruined Jared Leto recently, and
Pretty tough.
We
Pretty
tried to
tough.
do a top three Jared Leto, and it was nearly impossible.
not easy, not easy. Well, I will put a little ointment on this stinker of a wound.
I will say
Go
that
ahead.
this movie straight to the top of Jared Leto movies for me.
That is not a good sign. Uh, I saw Kiss of the Spider Woman this weekend,
Oh, yeah.
and very very quickly, I highly recommend it. It is poignant. It is really well done. My dear friend Tonatia is going to be nominated for an Oscar, and it's wild. He is exceptional. They
That's
did a
awesome.
worldwide search for him and found him, and he right here in Los Angeles, and he truly, like, truly unbelievable. It's an unbelievable story in general. The fact that he got this role, he's the lead of the movie. He is the lead of this movie
Oh,
with
that's
J Lo and
awesome.
Diego Luna, and he carries the whole thing and is truly stunning. Stunning, sings, dances, does it all, and just effortlessly gorgeous. So kudos to my dear friend Diego Luna is excellent as well. J Lo does her thing. The movie is solid, but Tona's performance.
Okay, wait.
Gorgeous.
Are you able to separate your friendship with this actor from the quality of the film?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still
I don't think the
and the
movie's perfect. I don't think J-Lo was perfect. I think that he and I don't know about you, but I like not only was I like awed by the fact that he's in this film in every friggin' scene with J-Lo and Diego Luna, but then and I usually look at my friends with like a relatively critical eye because, that's who I am. And from the moment he's on screen, that went away because he was just exceptional. Exceptional.
wow.
It's really
Is
exciting. So,
this is this movie better or worse than last year's second most nominated movie in the history of the Academy Awards, Amelia Perez?
infinitely better. First of all, it is an actual musical. It's based on a
Great.
musical. The music isn't my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's freaking Candor and Ebb. Like it's a musical. Uh,
Great.
so yeah, it's worth a watch.
No, I'm excited. I was excited for it. I almost drafted it as a replacement for our little box office fantasy league, and thank God I didn't because it made even less money than him. But
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did not even break $1 million.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
tough. I mean, it's a tough sell.
Tough.
It's a queer musical. It's set in jail. It's dark. It's a true indie.
Yeah.
Even with J Lo. Anyway, let's talk about Black Phone 2.
Okay.
Do we
You guys
have
excited?
to?
I do.
Well, before we get to that, let me just break down this past weekend where Tron Ares took number one despite all the bad reviews. It still got 33.5 million domestically, 60.5 million worldwide. Roofman came in number two at 8 million for the weekend.
Rough.
One battle
Rough.
after another is still making money. It coming in at number three with 6.7 million domestically for a total of 138 million worldwide. Gabby's Dollhouse is making money It's accumulated $46 million worldwide. It was number 4 with $3.4 million this past weekend.
I should have picked that over him.
I thought about that. I thought about that.
That
for
was
the
my
movie
two.
being-
I wasn't aware
was
of
my
Gabby's
two.
Dollhouse until this movie
Him
came
or
out.
Gabby? I talked about it on this podcast. I talked about it on this podcast when I selected him. It was between him and Gabby's Dollhouse, and I thought the Jordan Peele effect would make more money. But now kids have nothing to see, so they keep going to see Gabby's Dollhouse.
And
But no one's
rounding
really
out,
seeing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I looked at it. I thought about it to bring Asher to, and I was like, I'm not going to subject him to that. I'm not doing it.
and rounding out the top 5 was Soul on Fire with $3 million.
What the F is that?
Hadn't even heard of it.
Cool.
Still
Cool.
made more money than Kiss of the Spider.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, this week is a very it's a slow week at the box office. You know, we're trickling up to what I hope is a November filled with Oscar glee and glam and Wicked for Good just exploding into the box office. But for now, what do we have this week, Kellerman?
This weekend will be Black Phone 2, which is my indie pick. So I'm
Good
really
for you.
hoping for a worldwide total of just under 150 million for the purposes of our league. We also have Good Fortune coming out with Keanu Reeves,
Which I am
and
excited to
Aziz
see.
Ansari. I think it looks really funny.
Despite, it does look very funny, despite Aziz's half, like, really terrible explanation of what. Did you see that on when he was
for
on Kimmel?
his,
His explanation of like why he would
did
go
the comedy show
to do the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Despite that, I'm a huge Keanu Reeves guy. Love me some Seth Rogen. I'm probably going to see that at some point.
Yeah, we also have The Mastermind starring Josh O'Connor, which I have only seen one poster of in Los Angeles, and it was inside the movie theater.
Tony, have you heard of this movie? I don't know what this movie is.
No, when he sent it, I thought it was like a Will Ferrell animated spin-off of when he wasn't he a crazy mastermind? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
that's what I thought it was.
And
my
then,
initial thought was that he was a championship chess player. Am I right?
that's the other. Isn't that another movie coming out? Oh no, I'm thinking
Yeah,
of Ping Pong.
that's the third Safdie brothers movie.
I'm excited about that movie.
And then Blue Moon also comes out, which is a indie Ethan Hawke vehicle. So Ethan Hawke has two movies coming out. You know, we've talked about a lot of actors who have had multiple movies come out in this, in the same year. But Ethan Hawke is having 2 movies premiere this weekend.
Look, Blue Moon is not making any money, so like premiere is a
Yeah,
small term.
Yeah, Blue Moon is premiering in his garage.
Yeah, no one's seeing that movie. I'll be in the theater alone with like the one guy who's obsessed with Ethan Hawke in the other corner, and we'll wave. It'll be Ben Rosen.
We'll save it for when we do see it, stream it, skip it. First, let's talk about Black Phone 2. The original Black Phone came out. I lost the year, but it was recently, 2021. This is a professional
post-COVID.
podcast.
Yeah, let's see.
2021
Hold on.
or 2022.
Oh, don't have it in the text. Yes, I do. I think I
Still
do.
post-COVID.
It's not in
you
the
can
text.
just keep going with
23
It's not in the
post-COVID.
text.
0.6 million domestic, 161 worldwide in the end. Sorry, it opened with 23 million. So, will this beat the first Black Phone? Did you guys see the first Black Phone? Do you like that movie?
I did see the first Black Phone. I saw it in the comfort of my own home, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it's a very like by rote horror, if you want to even go there. It's more like a thriller, honestly, with some like horror elements. It's more just like bloody. It's just bloody. I liked it.
Is it?
I liked it. It was a fun watch. It's nothing that I would ever watch again.
Yeah, I saw the first one in the theater. And I thought that it was a really good drama with like a horror element. But honestly, and look, we've discussed Ethan Hawke many times in our chats. But as far as a performance goes, he's covered in a mask. It could have been anybody. It would have been the same movie. It was not made better by having Ethan Hawke in it. And, you know, some of it leaned towards silly. This one looks like it's going to be wildly different because the first one was super grounded, even though it dealt with like a phone that could reach out to the afterlife. Um, the only time there were ghosts were when you were talking on the phone. Now, uh, we're
in the
just totally in
afterlife,
supernatural world.
Yeah, this is
which
full
I
of
think is kind of cool.
possession, full like, the girl's being turned around, they don't know what's moving her. She's being choked from the afterlife and all this stuff thrown against the wall. Like it's full like possession, ghost horror. Kellerman, you are the horror guy. And you said that the first Black Phone was more drama than anything. Where does this land, the first Black Phone, in like recent horror? Is it something that you seek out? Is it something
Oh,
that you
that's
skipped
interesting.
altogether? Is it forgettable? Like, does it, I mean, it deserves a sequel because it made money and it stars Ethan Hawke and has a famous mask and a famous look, even though the name, The Grabber, is so stupid. But where does this land for you in recent horror?
I think it definitely deserves its own little space of like indie horror dramas similar to The Babadook or, you know, The Orphanage, things that are
Oh, the orphanage is way better than this. Come on.
well, yeah,
So is
of course,
Babadook.
but it aims to be a more artistic horror movie. Is I guess what I'm trying to say, as opposed to like a popcorn horror movie or like a slasher flick, which it now seems to be heading towards. And Megan 2 tried to do something different from its original and went like full action. This one's trying to do something. Well, I don't know if I would call this more original. I gotta say, everything I've seen seems like a straight up Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm planning to, but I haven't seen anything from the trailer that looked like news. I will say I think that the mask is iconic. I think it was an instantly recognizable, iconic mask, and the designer of it deserves major credit.
Hmm.
I agree. I like the design. I like that it's with a turtleneck. It's all good stuff. Uh, do you think this movie is going to make any money?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I think Kellerman, you're in danger of going over the 150 mark with this movie. The first one made a buck 60 worldwide, and that was in COVID times. I do think people like Alche have seen this movie from the comfort of their own home because they heard about the first one, and that'll draw enough attention where it might not land opening weekend, might not have a huge like The Conjuring 7 opening weekend, but I do think it's going to I do think it's going to hurt you in the indie run. I do think this has a chance to go over that 150 mark worldwide before the year's out.
honestly, I'm the only thing that concerns me at this point is that it's coming out in October and it's gonna be out for Halloween.
Yeah.
That I don't know if there's a lot of more of other horror movies coming out between now and then that are like straight horror, but it seems like we've already had all the horror movies.
Hmm.
They all
Well,
came
you
out
got
during the
Five
summer.
Nights at Freddy's too. Don't worry, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is right around the
Is
corner.
that in
Not didn't make it
October?
for hell no. I don't know why not, but it's coming.
See, it will be the horror movie that's out in during Halloween. So that's like the
Yeah.
one thing that makes me think maybe it'll get above 150. But I mean, guys, the number one top movie this past weekend was Tron Ares, a huge blockbuster Disney movie. It made $33
No,
million dollars.
that's where you're wrong. You guys keep on hammering this. This happened. The one thing we should learn from this year is that we are of a certain age, and our age of people aren't the people that are banking on going to the movies. Okay, so the IP that matters to us, the Karate Kids, the Freakier Fridays, the Tron Ares, even though that's an older generation from us, that IP alone does not make something a blockbuster. Oh my God, they're making another Tron movie. That matters only to our generation and above. That does not equal box office success. So when you say that was a huge blockbuster from Disney and only made 33, no. No, you're wrong. That was a movie that they thought was going to go well on IP alone. Black Phone is an IP of this generation. It made 160. Its first iteration has been seen millions of times on multiple streaming devices. That mask, as you said, is iconic among kids who are texting it on TikTok to each other every day. That IP is a blockbuster movie that could make money. Original IP from Tron, a movie that came out in the 80s,
Well,
that
I
doesn't
get. Well,
matter
hold on. What I
anymore.
meant was it was a huge budget movie with huge A-list actors and the best special effects of the year, and all the four-wall marketing,
Of the
millions of
year?
dollars in marketing. The
Of
special
the
And
effects
year.
every
are incredible.
and every 18-year-old walked by and went, "What does that NIN mean on the
Yeah,
poster?" Like
maybe.
no one knew
Maybe.
what it meant because the group that you're trying to get, that 18 to 35, does not give a shit about stuff that came out in the 80s and 90s. I'm sorry,
You
they
certainly
don't.
appear to be correct based on this year's box office numbers. So there's really no point in arguing it. If we're talking about what's bringing people to the theater,
Well, I'll
it
give
ain't
you this.
Tron.
Here's the horror movies it has to compete with in the rest of October. You have George A. Romero's daughter is bringing Queens of the Dead. Tina
Really?
Romero's doing this on the 24th. You
That'll
get
A
this
new
that'll make
Romero.
that'll make
Interesting.
200 that'll make two
a
hundred
new
forty thousand
Romero.
Yeah,
dollars
that no
You
total.
one's
have a
gonna see that, but
neon horror movie called Shelby Oaks. You have
no,
a
Neon doesn't
a
make big movies.
comedic Dracula that no one knows about coming out on the 29th. And the thing that I think is actually going to
Comedic
hurt you on
Dracula.
the thing that I think is actually going to hurt you on Halloween the most is a Twilight re-release on the 29th to
Oh
November
no.
2nd.
Oh, but
That
that
wasn't what
helps
I was
me
thinking.
because I want it to make under 150.
That's true. That's true.
It
But
hurts.
you have
It
to get
hurts the
there.
movie's performance,
But
but it
I'm going to
helps
get to
me in our
100
league.
million. But I'm going to get to 100 million on my indie pick. So, good luck.
But you don't want 100. Oh, yeah, you're right. I have to get over 100, but under 50, under 150.
Exactly. It's a very tough
Yeah.
thing for you to do right now. Anyway, this is Inside Baseball.
Yeah,
Ethan Hawke.
we used to tell
We gotta
you
talk
every
about Ethan
episode
Hawke.
about our movie fantasy league, and Tony used to do that
Still
very well.
can.
But basically, we're all in a fantasy movie league where we all chose 5 movies in an auction draft, and whoever has the highest box office at the end of the year cumulatively takes home the prize. So that's what we're talking about if you were lost. Let's move on to the you know what? So we were talking about Ethan Hawke. So let's do it. Look, I'm not the biggest Ethan Hawke fan. I'm sorry. He seems like a super nice guy and I would love to have a beer with him, but I don't have too many positive things to say about him. But he is the star of Black Phone. So I feel like we
And
should do a
Blue
top
Moon.
3. And
And
Blue
Blue
Moon
Moon.
this weekend. How could I forget?
Yes.
So I feel like we should do a top 3 Ethan Hawke movies, right? You love him, Cheese, right?
I mean, he's one of the best actors in the last however long. He's a phenomenal actor. I've seen him on stage. I've seen him in a myriad of different styles of film. He is excellent. Tony can attest to seeing him on stage. We saw him. There was half the audience from my class at that time who said, "I don't understand it. I don't like Ethan Hawke. I don't get it." And then they
Shocker.
all walked away from that performance going, "Okay, I
Wow.
get it. I get
Uh,
it."
and I'm not just trying to go into hyperbole land here. It was the best stage performance. It was the best stage play I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
It was
And Ethan
incredible.
was a huge part of that.
It was incredible.
It's called Blood from a Stone for any of
Blood
those
from a Stone.
kids that want
Three
to
and a
look it
half
up.
hour family drama that literally felt like 2 hours. It was amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Kellerman, why don't you like Ethan Hawke?
It's not really fair because I don't dislike Ethan Hawke. I just have seen, I would say, a majority of his films, and he is consistently unremarkable, in my opinion. He just hasn't blown me away. It's not even. Look, I don't like talking disparagingly about any actor, especially not a hyper successful actor like Ethan Hawke. I just have never really thought his performances were particularly believable.
Great. Well, let's get into it because I think that's literally all he does. He's the most believable actor. It's as if he's dropped into the world in full. That's a ridiculous statement. But let's talk about a top 3 for Ethan Hawke.
Yeah,
Uh,
Alche, that you're going to mostly control this, so I just want to throw three movies out there that aren't going to make the list, but do need to be mentioned because,
sure.
as Kellerman said, Ethan Hawke might not be a believable actor. I disagree with that. I will say he chooses many roles that are more up Alche's alley than are up mine or Kellerman's alley. But some of the movies I really enjoyed him in that kind of stick with me. I love Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, and I also
Amazing
love
movie.
Reality Bites. Those don't deserve
Reality
to be in the
Bites.
top three, but those are great Ethan Hawke
No, no,
I
movies.
no.
wouldn't call
Reality
either of those
Bites.
Ethan Hawke. Well, Before the Devil Knows You're
Reality
Dead,
Bites absolutely
perhaps.
needs to
But
be on this list.
which
He
one?
is Reality Bites.
No,
Really?
that's a Ben Stiller
Reality
movie.
Bites.
That's not
What,
an
It's a
Ethan
Karate
Hawke movie.
3000?
It's not a Ben Stiller movie. Ben Stiller directed the movie. He is the bad guy in the movie. Ethan Hawke is the protagonist with Winona Ryder in that movie.
Not on my list.
It's
It's not on my
absolutely on
list.
my
I think
list.
it's an
Truthfully,
Ethan Hawke
I
movie.
really feel like you could just say the Sunset Trilogy and be done with the list. But for the sake of
Well,
argument,
I was going to say the Sunset Trilogy should count as one.
as one, yeah,
movie.
okay,
Yeah.
I accept. Although if you had to choose one of them,
Before Sunset.
Before Sunset is mine also.
The second one
So-
is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Although I mean the third one for me is heartbreaking and
They're all good.
stunning and amazing. And the
They're
first
all
one
really
is,
good.
The first one is like Romeo and Juliet. The second one is like, I'm not going to do the whole Shakespeare thing, but the first one is like star-crossed lovers. Second one is, reality sort of setting in. And the third one is like, this is what happens when you choose star-crossed love.
All right,
And
so
it's,
we'll say Before
The
Sunset is on
Sunset
the
Trilogy
list.
is number one.
Yeah.
Sunset Trilogy is number one. Number two for me, yeah, we already used it in one of our movies, but you have to put Training Day on there. He's
No.
yes, he is Denzel is Denzeling, and Ethan is the ground. Like you watch that whole movie
Oh,
through
he's
Ethan
fantastic.
Hawke's eyes. That needs to be on the list.
He's
It's an
absolutely
Ethan
fantastic.
Hawke movie.
He's absolutely fantastic. But that's a Denzel vehicle.
Yeah,
and Ethan Hawke.
I actually thought the same thing, but then disqualified it for being totally a Denzel movie.
But we'd have to say the same thing. Let's table it because we have to say the same thing about Dead Poet Society. He is also the main kid in that movie, though it is a Robin Williams
Dead Poet
movie.
Society was number one on my list, and I do think he is the protagonist of that film.
Yeah,
And he
if
is
you have
excellent in that movie. And
I also have Dead Poets, but if you have Dead Poets Society, you have to also allow Training Day. It's the same thing.
I think Reality Bites is,
Not better
A
than
quinti-
either of those movies.
of course not, but it is a quintessential 90s rom-com, rom-dramedy that stands the test of time and is also what Ethan Hawke was known for in the 90s. Like he was known for being that ethereal, smart but wounded, lead who writes poetry in a fucking closet or something. You know what I mean? He was that guy who every white guy wanted to be in the 90s, having that ugly ass fucking goatee, but somehow he pulled it off.
For the record, I have never wanted to be Ethan Hawke or
You're
any
not
of his
you
characters.
weren't like a teenager in the 90s,
It's true, I guess.
Yeah, he was already 30 at that point. No, I think I like Reality Bites as much as the next guy. Reality Bites has a nice place in my heart for the memories it brings when I watch that movie, but it's nowhere close to Dead Poet Society or Training Day.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
So we're saying it's a hell of a top three. We're saying his
Great
top
top
three is the Before trilogy, Dead Poet Society, and Training Day.
Yeah, tell us
And
what
this
you
guy you're saying is not a good actor. Interesting.
tell us what
Well,
you think in the comments.
I do want to mention before we move on because I thought someone was going to else. I really liked Boyhood, but I want to throw that
Boyhood
out
is
there.
great. Boyhood is a better experiment than a film for me.
I 1000% agree. I don't. Think
I think
that
I think every
nothing
movie we've
about
said,
what Ethan
including
Hawke does
Reality
in that
Bites,
movie is what makes it special.
and he's good in that movie, but
He's fine.
it's not. He's not.
He's
the lead.
always good. That's my problem. He's always good.
Here's the
He
difference.
just has
between-
never been more than good.
Oh, he's been exceptional in all the movies we stated just
I don't
there.
really agree. And to be
Kellerman-
clear, on my personal top three that I was thinking of, I put Black Phone on there because his face is covered for most of it.
Jesus Christ.
Lots of
Kellerman,
physical acting for him. Lots of
Kellerman.
slouched over sleeping acting.
If we're going to compare wooden actors that are known as good and are really unproblematic. Nothing wrong with these people if you like them, but to me, have never brought anything to the table that go, oh my God, have you seen this role yet? You think that of Ethan Hawke. I think that a little bit of Keanu Reeves. Who do you like better as an actor?
Oh, Keanu, 100%. Only
That's
because,
truly crazy. That's truly
only
crazy.
because, well,
I love Keanu. I think
Look, I love
I would
Keanu.
hang with Keanu any day of the week.
I guess, you know what? I take it back. I think that what Keanu does, he does very well. But he only does that very well. I think,
Yes.
see, that's the difference, though. I think Keanu is great at being Ted and Bill and Ted. I think he's great at being, oh, I know Kung Fu in The Matrix. I have never thought that Ethan Hawke fit one of his characters so perfectly that the performance.
All the movies we just mentioned, no one else can play that role.
I could not agree less. You think
else would-
there's not a single other actor that could have just sat next to Denzel Washington while
didn't
Denzel
just-
Washington stole the movie?
Okay,
I think just about
okay.
anybody could have done that role, personally.
That is such.
Are you
that is
kidding
such a,
me?
That is such a
No one's
rudimentary,
like, man,
juvenile.
that
is such a
two-hander, though.
rudimentary, juvenile way of thinking about acting. But that's okay.
Look,
That's okay.
If you look, The Rock does The Rock great. Nobody can actually do what The Rock does.
Are you
as
telling
well
me
as
The Rock is better than Ethan Hawke? Are you telling me The Rock is a better actor than Ethan Hawke?
Have you seen Smashing Machine?
Have you seen Smashing Machine?
Get out of here.
Kelvin,
outta here.
real quick, who would you rather see in a movie? Doesn't matter the movie. Who would you rather see, Ethan Hawke or Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal times a million.
You know, Jake Gyllenhaal is actually a great actor.
I'm a
Jake Gyllenhaal
huge
is a
Jake
great
Gyllenhaal
actor.
fan. I think Jake Gyllenhaal is actually a world-class actor.
I think he's excellent.
Kellerman is to Ethan Hawke as I am to Jake Gyllenhaal. We'll put it
Wow,
that way.
really?
That's crazy.
You're
Have
a
you
Jake
seen
Gyllenhaal
Nightcrawler?
hater.
Yes,
Have you seen Nightcrawler?
Jake Gyllenhaal
I don't think
is the
Nightcrawler is a
Jared.
great example. I think people.
This
I
is a
think he
great
made
line.
himself ugly for a movie, and everyone was like,
Hold
"Wow,
on.
what a performance!"
Thought he was
To
excellent.
toot my own horn, I just thought of something perfect that wraps everything up, and then we can move on. Jake Gyllenhaal is the Jared Leto of Ethan Hawke's. That's it. Thank you.
It's insane.
Thank you.
And
Beautiful. Let's talk about the other three movies coming out.
great.
Tell me if you want to see it, stream it, or skip it, guys. All right? Do you want to see this movie in the theater, stream it at home, or skip it altogether? We've got Good Fortune coming out. Keanu Reeves and Aziz Ansari. We've got Blue Moon starring Ethan Hawke, and The Mastermind starring Josh O'Connor.
I will be seeing Good Fortune in theaters. I think it's fun. I love Keanu Reeves. He is not a better actor than Ethan Hawke, but I do love Keanu Reeves, especially in like a comedic experience. One of the last comedies he did, Always Be My Maybe, he was freaking hilarious when he played like a douchebag version of himself. Incredible. I'm very excited to see him in this. I obviously have mixed feelings about Aziz Ansari in this moment, but like, I have AMC stubs. It's already paid for. What do you want from me? I'm gonna go see the movie. And I will be streaming Blue Moon. I think Josh O'Connor is a great actor, but I'm probably skipping Mastermind.
Tony?
To this day, to this very moment, to this very second, I still don't know what The Mastermind or Blue Moon is about. So I'll be skipping both of those movies, and I'll also be adding Good Fortune, a movie that I'm surprised Kellerman did not add to his terrible title list, because what the F does Good Fortune lead to a title? And before we, like, the Riyadh Comedy Festival aside, I've never been an Aziz Ansari fan. Talk about a one-note actor. The guy does the same thing in every role he has ever been in. So I'm sure I've seen this role and this movie before in Good Fortune. Skipping that one as well. Skipping all three of the movies, because I am going to see instead. It's not even close. Like I could not turn the page fast enough. This was an ad in a newspaper. I am instead seeing a movie that, well, I'm surprised we did not add on this
There's
list.
so many
And
other good actors, though, Tony. There's Seth Rogen, there's Keke Palmer, there's Sandra Oh, there's Sherry Cola. There's a lot of funny people in this movie.
Created, written, directed, and acted by Aziz Ansari. I've seen the movie 1,000 times before. If you've ever seen any of his stand-up or any of his bits whatsoever, listen, I say treat yourself as much as the next guy, but Aziz Ansari stinks. However, the movie I do want to see, and it's a movie that I think we should have talked about more because, according to my quick Google search result, it is getting a limited theatrical release this weekend. It's Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. That's the movie I'll be seeing
Yes.
in Los Angeles. That's the movie I can't wait for a wide
Oh, but
release on
certainly
Netflix
that'll get a
later in
wide
November.
release, right?
No, it's
No,
coming
it's
on
going to be on Netflix.
Netflix in November, theatrical release right now this weekend. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is probably the last movie this year that I'm truly excited to see, and that's the movie
I
I'll be
don't
seeing this
understand how
weekend.
you're not excited to see Wicked. I don't get it.
I
You
saw
love the
Wicked. I
first
saw it
one.
last year. Yeah, I saw it last year.
You're crazy. You're truly crazy.
Oscar
I saw
Isaac's
Wicked last year.
in Frankenstein, man,
Jacob Elordi.
that's just not gonna make any money. And I agree,
No,
it looks
no,
great.
no.
I agree, it looks great. It's just
That's why it's going straight to streaming, more or less.
yeah.
I think that movie's
What
gonna
about
be
you,
awesome.
Kellerman?
That's the movie I'll be
I'm
seeing.
gonna well, I already told you I'm gonna obviously I'm gonna see Black Phone too. As far as of these three, I would see Good Fortune. Honestly, I'm probably gonna skip Blue Moon and The Mastermind, but I'll probably if I had to choose, I would stream Blue Moon just to look at Ethan Hawke's terribly bald, shaved, bad wig hair thing he's got going on. I'm really curious.
When I was going through the Ethan Hawke list, there were so many bad movies. It's not even funny. But I didn't know he played Nikola Tesla in a movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
He sure did.
He was good in that movie, actually. Shocking.
He was good.
Anyway,
Ethan Hawke is a good actor. Period.
I'm pretty sure you could name any movie, and I'll be like, Ethan Hawke was good in that one. Oh yeah.
I mean, I did
Who
watch
else
Sinners.
could have played Ethan Hawke in that movie?
He wasn't
the guy's
great. I mean,
whole
my-
thing is just being a normal white dude.
I'll be real. My least favorite movie of Ethan Hawke's is Hamlet. His Hamlet is not very good.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I also saw that, and I went through my mind like, does every white actor need to play Hamlet at some point in their career? Like, I feel like that's every actor's actor. Like, Keanu Reeves never gonna play Hamlet, but like every actor that considers himself, and like, I'm surprised we haven't seen Jared Leto's Hamlet yet. You know
Keanu
it's coming.
Reeves has done some Shakespeare though, and he
has. He
seems
started in
totally out of
Shakespeare.
place and ridiculous.
He started doing theater. He started
It makes
doing
no sense. for
Shakespeare
him.
in the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. That was his thing.
Wow, bet you didn't know that about Keanu Reeves.
That's why you come to us. All right. Shall we
Somebody wrap
Black
this up.
Phone 2 predictions this
Oh
and
yeah,
get
yeah.
outta
Let's
here?
do that.
All right.
Who's
got an over-under
number?
for Black Phone 2?
Tony.
Oh, I'm not making these lines anymore.
We're
just
not
get them
doing.
right.
Who's doing the line? Oh,
I got it. I
all
got
right.
it.
I just
Give
get
us a
them
number.
right.
All right. The over-under for Black Phone 2 domestic opening weekend is... Hold on. I have it right here.
I'm pretty sure I could get every week wrong for the rest of this year and still finish above 500.
I
Probably.
wouldn't be surprised.
All right. The over-under is 20 million.
Over. Like this movie's making easily, and this movie's making more than Tron Ares, 100%,
You think so,
Excuse
huh?
me?
100%, 100%.
Oh man.
I mean, domestically, I don't know how it will do internet. I'm talking about domestic opening weekend. This will clear Tron Ares.
Okay. Kellerman?
Man, 20 million is a little bit lower than I was thinking. But, gosh, I really don't think it's going to do well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit.
See, I think the difference in the greatness at picking these lines is, as you've heard consistently, if you've watched this show, as soon as the number is read, I just go. And Kellerman sits there and ponders yes or no for about 17 minutes before making the untimely wrong decision. So, Kellerman,
true.
go with your gut.
It's true. I guess man, I should really just follow Tony because his winning streak is so strong. I'll take the over also. I think that it could, man. Your confidence is like way way out of control in my opinion, though. More than Aries, like I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Maybe I should take the under. I'll take the over. I'm going to take the over.
It's insane how much you delineated there. I'm going over too.
Okay.
I think it's going to make a little bit more.
Now we will.
Yeah, now it won't make it.
My thought was like it's going to be similar to like what Smile 2 did. And Smile 2, which I just Googled, did 23 in its opening.
Smile is not even close to the Black Phone in terms of popularity.
That's not true. Smile 1 made $217 million.
Yeah.
Smile 2 made 138.
Smile's a more successful franchise by any stretch, and it had a bunch of like young, upcoming, exciting actors in it. Unlike this, where I don't think Ethan Hawke is a box office draw.
No, time out. The main kid is like the biggest kid actor of the day. He was in How to Train Your Dragon. He was in another huge movie this year. Like, he is the new hot kid.
Yeah, you're not wrong about
the new
that.
hot name in Hollywood.
You're not wrong.
And secondly, when you talk about Smile versus Black Phone, like that stupid image of the grabber is in all of these commercials with Chucky and Freddy. Like, he's in a Pizza Hut commercial. Like, this guy's everywhere. Smile is nowhere close comparatively to what the grabber is in Black Phone. Black Phone's going to make so much money.
I mean, look, as far as box office numbers go, you're wrong. But we'll see how well this sequel does.
We shall see. We shall see. Well, gentlemen, it's been a real slice. Until next time.
What is next week?
Nothing good.
Nobody knows.
We never look it up ahead of time. We can cut it here if we want, or we can just hang out for 2 minutes.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up.
I look it up.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up.
Next week, we will be talking about Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Tony's
Oh, yeah.
Chainsaw Man comes out. Something called Regretting You. Oh, we've got the new, I'm sure Cheese is very excited for, Begonia.
I am excited for Begonia. It looks freaking good.
Uh-huh.
Jesse Plemons? Jesse Plemons.
Oh, you're going to tell me that nobody can do what Jesse Plemons does also?
I definitely agree with that. You don't think Jesse Plemons is excellent? We're getting into this already?
Nothing wrong with Jesse Plemons. I'm happy. I'm happy he has a career.
Guys, Jesse Plemons is awesome.
He's the Adam Driver of Jared Leto's.
Adam Driver, also solid. Not nearly as good as Jesse Plemons.
He's the Ethan Hawke of creepy weirdos.
Guys, come on. Breaking Bad, Jesse Plemons?
Breaking Bad.
These roles don't require much, dude. What are you talking about?
The best thing he's ever done is the cop in that Game Night movie. It was the best Jesse Plemons performance.
Also
Look,
excellent. The Master?
Jesse Plemons is good. I'm not trying to say he's bad. But the esteem in which you hold him seems inflated.
I ain't dropping everything to see a Jesse Plemons movie. I'll put it
I'm dropping everything to see Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone.
Definitely not dropping everything to see that. I mean,
did Yorgos do?
What was that? What was the last one? Mark Ruffalo, the one that won all the awards.
It was very good.
The one where she plays like
that one was good. I like that one. But
nothing wrong with it.
But Jesse Plemons just did one with her where he made her eat her fingers or something in The Little Pleasures or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah. That like little vignette movie.
Yeah.
That one was okay. Not my favorite.
Yeah. That's basically what I expect Begonia to be.
No, Begonia is actually like a real like it's like an extremist kidnaps her and is like holding her hostage.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
Well, no, I just mean like as far as the vibe and aesthetic and weirdness of it.
Probably.
I'm sure it'll be grounded in reality and not just popular among art house critics like the last one was.
Oh my God, guys.
All right, well, thanks for watching the box office, buds.
Yeah, see you later. By the way, Blue Moon comes out next week, not this week.
What do you mean?
It comes out October 24th.
No, that's not right.
Okay.
Perhaps a limited release.
Perhaps.
I was able to book a ticket for it next week.
But Pets on a Train comes out this week. All right, see you later. Bye.